All right, so this is going to be this week's video. So we are going to demonstrate how I decided I would cook without power due to the storms that we had a couple of weeks ago. We're supposed to be having one now. In pure fashion, I forgot my memory card, so the camera is useless. It's just here for decoration. So we'll be using, my cell phone to record this video. And hopefully it comes out good, and hopefully you can hear me. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so like I told you last time, I'm going to be using a rocket stove. So I actually got this rocket stove from a gentleman in a Facebook group with me, and to use as fire material, I am going to use these sticks here. They still are kind of wet. These sticks are the ones that fell during the storm that I had a couple of weeks ago. If not, we have one dry log, and we're going to use a cast iron skillet. And I also have, I'm gonna try a trick to start a fire. If not, we can use some flint. If I can't get that to work, we got a good old-fashioned lighter. So this here is what I made for kindling to help start my fire, or fire starter. So basically all I did was take cotton balls and mix it with Vaseline, and the Vaseline should help it burn a little bit longer, allowing this material here to catch on fire. So that's how we're gonna do it. Let's see if it works, and we'll go from there. So let me set everything up, and then I'll get right back to you. Okay, so this is what we're gonna try to use to start a fire. We're gonna use this gum and my EDC flashlight. So hopefully it works. If not, I'll edit it out. You'll never see it. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a wrapper from the gum, fold it up, touch it to the positive negative end of the battery. It should start a spark, which should be able to light that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. If it works, I'll kind of show you a little bit more in detail with the camera. So we're going to sit this down and try to get everything in shot. Okay, so let's take a piece of gum. We'll snack on that now while we wait. All right, we're going to use this foil. So we'll see if these batteries work. See here. Let's see. And doesn't look like it's doing anything. All right, let's try to make it a little bit smaller. All right, let's try one more time. All right, that's not doing anything, so I'm gonna abandon that mission. Put this back together. So it might work, it might just be me. And when I saw it done earlier, it was actually with a AA, not a AAA battery. So maybe the power has something to do with it. So we go to option B. This is my camping Bear Grylls knife. Let's see here. My knees already hurt. There we go. We got a fire pretty quick. Let's dump it in here. All right. So basically all I did was dump the fire in there. We already got the log set, or the little kindling set, so hopefully that would be enough to get it going. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take this grate, put on top of it, because we want to use every bit of heat we can. We're gonna take the pan and get it on top of there now. It's about 32 degrees outside, so we kind of want to warm this pan up a little bit. All right, so now while that is actually going, we got a good little fire in there. So now what I'm gonna do is get the rest of my sticks ready so we can start feeding the fire. All right. See if we can get a better view. Okay, so it has a little air chamber over here. All right, and it's going pretty good. You can actually see that the fire's coming up to the top. You can already see it smoking a little bit, so not too bad. All right. So I have a little fire poker where I can kind of, just adjust the wood in there, make sure everything's cool. All right. So what we're going to do is now, while that's kind of starting, I've already prepped food. So we have some rosemary, some mushrooms, some stuffed peppers with cheese, and a dry-aged ribeye steak that I've already pre-seasoned with salt, garlic, and pepper. And then we're going to use some garlic butter. All right, so that actually feels pretty hot. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna open up some of this garlic butter and get it on the pan to see how hot it is. And I'm just gonna kind of use that to judge when I can start cooking. All right, so I'm just gonna use the same knife. It's just me. If I get germs, I get germs. Do about that much. So first what I'm gonna do is do the peppers. Okay, and it started melting instantly. So there you go. Guess we got some heat on there. All right, so we just got a little bit of sizzling starting here. So I guess that's a good sign. We're still on the twigs. We haven't moved to the bigger sticks yet. So I'm just kind of making sure everything is down in there. Yep, there we go. Starting to cook up now. All right, so we added the mushrooms. We're still good. We haven't added any more sticks, but I just kind of push them down just to make sure everything's feeding properly. So the only thing I would say here, what would be really good is if I had the lid for this to kind of keep some of this heat in. It's a lot of heat coming off of it that I could be recapturing, back into this. So, but other than that, everything looks good. Mushrooms are cooking up fast. This cheese isn't melting, but you know, it is what it is. All right, that one's kind of melting. So let's kind of move the mushrooms off to the side before they burn, because it seems like the hottest spot is obviously in the center. So we'll get these in here so that we can get them out of here. And then we'll add the steak. Sorry about that camera angle there. All right. So peppers are getting kind of tender, so we'll let that sit there for a bit. Okay, so I flipped that one over a little bit too early because I was losing a little bit of heat. So one thing that I figured out is when I added these thicker ones in, these are about the thickness of my thumb. Once I added these in, I should have added them in when I still had some more smaller kindling, because it took them a while to start to get going. So and these guys are having a ball. All right, so we're gonna let this go a little bit more since the heat's just now starting to build back up. So we'll see. Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit of color. I don't think it's gonna get hot enough to get a good crust, but fire's still good in there. So like I said, I just keep checking, pushing down in there. I added a few twigs and that kind of got it going again. So I probably just need to learn how to monitor the fire. So one thing I do notice is that we have a lot of ash coming out. Well, not a lot, just a little bit of ash coming out. So that probably means it's not burning as efficiently as it should. So, you know, like I said earlier, this wood literally just fell a couple of weeks ago at my apartment, and they cut it, you know, they just chopped it up into bundles, so I just snatched a bit. But for free wood, it's cooking a meal. All right, so this is cooked enough for me. I'm gonna let it keep going a little bit because it could be cooked a little bit more, but I'm not gonna add any more wood to it. I need to go pick up my daughter. So we're gonna let this kind of burn itself out, and then I'll gnaw on the steak a little bit. And probably I only got like 20 minutes to wrap everything up and get on the road to get my daughter, so I might not even really get to taste it, but it looks decent. Okay, so that came out pretty well. It's leaking fluids because I had to stab it with a knife to get it out of the pan. So, you know, blasphemy. I should have had tongs, but hey, what can I say? So this is still going. What I'm gonna do is pull the pan, let the fire kind of burn out, clean up the trash. That should be cool because it's outside. It's just now starting to snow, which should have been here this morning. So we'll try to clean up and go from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If this is something that you want to see, please comment below.